Pedro Porro, Williams, and thundering to Spain by Ferran Torres!
In one single World Cup tournament, Luis de la Fuente's Spain eliminated the biggest powerhouses in football history. They beat Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal. They beat England's golden generation in the Euro final. They outplayed a scary French national team in the World Cup semi-final. And in the World Cup final, they completely silenced Lionel Messi and Argentina. Even when the referee cancelled the clean Spanish goal, Spain didn't panic. They scored one winning goal, gave Argentina zero clear chances, and controlled the match. The man behind this machine wasn't a famous global superstar manager. He was a 65-year-old coach who once sat at home for 18 months without a job and applied for a youth position through a simple newspaper ad. His name is Luis de la Fuente, and this is his story. To understand where de la Fuente got his winning formula, you have to look back at his playing days. Long before he took the management seat, de la Fuente was a tough left back for Athletic Bilbao. In the 1980s, his team did the unthinkable. They won back-to-back La Liga titles, beating giants like Real Madrid and Barcelona. He wasn't just a coach without a big brand. He was a natural-born champion. And during his final years as a player, he learned from one of the greatest tacticians in European football, German legend Jupp Heynckes. Heynckes was famous for using terrifying speed on the wings. Years later, when Heynckes won the Champions League with Bayern Munich using Arjen Robben and Frank Ribéry, de la Fuente was watching closely. De la Fuente took that exact German direct style and brought it to Spain, replacing slow sideways passing with two explosive wingers, Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams. But his story gets even crazier. While working inside Spain's federation, de la Fuente was a university-level instructor for coaches earning their UEFA Pro licenses. And guess who sat in his classroom? Lionel Scaloni, the man who would become the World Cup winning manager of Argentina. Along with Xabi Alonso and Javi, Scaloni studied football tactics directly under Professor de la Fuente. So when Spain met Argentina in the World Cup final, it was the ultimate cinematic moment. The student facing his former professor on the biggest stage on earth. In 2011, Luis de la Fuente was fired by a third division club called Alaves, and after that, his phone stopped ringing. For 18 months, no clubs called him, no rich owners offered him money. Modern football was moving on and people forgot his name. He didn't complain to journalists, he didn't have a big agent pushing his name on TV. He just wanted to coach on the pitch. One day, while reading through open listings, he saw a basic job ad from the Spanish Football Federation. They needed a coach for their under-19s youth team. No status, no big money, no TV cameras. Just teenage players and synthetic pitches. De la Fuente didn't care about his ego. He loved the game. He applied and got the job. It looked like a quiet end to a small career, but it was the start of something massive. To understand why Spain needed De La Fuente, we have to look back at the Qatar World Cup in 2022. At that time, Spain was managed by Luis Enrique. They played a style called tiki-taka, keeping the ball forever, but against Morocco in the round of 16, tiki-taka failed completely. Spain completed over 1,000 passes in 90 minutes, but they created almost zero chances. They looked slow, weak and predictable. They lost on penalties and were sent home in disgrace. Spanish football was in total crisis. Fans were angry. The federation fired Luis Enrique immediately. Instead of hiring a high-profile, expensive manager like Jose Mourinho, the federation walked down the hallway and picked Luis de la Fuente. Media experts laughed. Newspaper headlines asked, "Who is this guy?" Nobody trusted him. His start with the senior team was an absolute nightmare. In his second official match in early 2023, Spain lost 2-0 against Scotland. It was a terrible performance. Journalists attacked De La Fuente instantly. TV pundits demanded his firing. after just 2 games. They said he was too soft, too inexperienced at the top level, and completely out of his depth. Under intense pressure, De La Fuente stayed calm. He knew something the journalist didn't. He didn't need to panic because he had spent 10 whole years raising today's young Spanish stars in the youth academies. He trained Rodri as a teenager. He won youth European trophies with Dani Olmo, Fabian Ruiz and Unai Simon. He knew their exact strengths and the players trusted him like a father figure. A few months later, De La Fuente quieted his critics by winning the UEFA Nations League, beating Italy and Croatia in the final. It was Spain's first senior trophy in 11 years. How did De La Fuente build a team capable of defeating world champions? It started in midfield. Under previous managers, Spain's midfielders passed sideways to protect ball possession. De La Fuente gave his engine Rodri total tactical authority. He made Rodri the brain of the team. Instead of sideways passes, Rodri was instructed to break line after line with sharp vertical balls. When opponents pressed high, Rodri single-handedly bypassed their defense with one quick pass. Beside Rodri, De La Fuente unlocked Fabian Ruiz and Dani Olmo. Both players were often overlooked by major European clubs, but under De La Fuente, they became unstoppable creative forces. This wasn't all defensive possession, this was dominant, high-speed tactical control. With the midfield locked down, De La Fuente threw away all tiki-taka completely. He introduced 2 direct rules. Rule number 1. The moment you recover the ball in midfield, attack immediately. No useless possession. Rule number 2. Trust the youngsters. De La Fuente did something truly crazy. He brought a 15-year-old boy named Lamine Yamal into the national team. While the media panicked about Yamal's age, De La Fuente gave him total freedom on the right wing alongside Nico Williams on the left. Instead of slow passing circles, Spain now had raw speed on both sides of the pitch. Opponents couldn't double team Yamal without leaving Williams completely open. Spain became fast, direct and terrifying to defend against. When the World Cup arrived, De La Fuente's team was a synchronized winning machine. In the knockout stage, they met Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal. It was Ronaldo's final chance to win the World Cup, but De La Fuente's team completely outplayed Portugal and broke that dream, sending Ronaldo off the pitch with tears. Next came the semi-final against France, a powerful team that was the heavy favorite to win the tournament. Spain didn't back down. They technically outplayed France and advanced to the final. Then came the ultimate test, the World Cup final against Lionel Messi and Argentina. The whole stadium was against Spain. The atmosphere was hostile, and the referee cancelled a clean Spanish goal due to questionable call. An ordinary team would have lost their minds and started fighting with the officials. But De La Fuente's squad didn't lose focus for one single second. They closed every passing lane to Messi. They neutralized Argentina's counterattacks. Spain stayed patient, scored one clean, decisive goal, and locked down the pitch until the final whistle. Think about what this man achieved. He took over a broken national team after the Qatar disaster. He survived media calls for his firing. He ended Ronaldo's final World Cup dream. He outplayed France, and he silenced Lionel Messi in the World Cup final. Luis De La Fuente proved that you don't need to be loud, high-paid celebrity manager to conquer football history. You just need patience, tactical mastery, and absolute trust in your players.